November may feel like the garden is slowing down, but this is actually a great moment to plant. The cool air and steady moisture help perennials focus on their roots, so they settle in quietly over winter instead of struggling through heat and spring. In today's video, we're looking at hardy border perennials that handle the cold well, don't ask for much care, and come back year after year. These are the plants that help your garden feel soft, layered, and naturally put together when the growing season returns. Let's start with the ones that make the biggest difference over time.
First on the list is Lady's Mantle. Lady's Mantle brings a soft, gentle texture to the garden border with its scalloped, velvety leaves that naturally form loose, rounded mounds. In late spring to early summer, it produces airy sprays of chartreuse blooms that add a quiet glow to the planting. Even outside its bloom season, the foliage alone adds calm structure and helps tie different plants together. Lady's Mantle is especially well suited for November planting because it likes cool soil and begins establishing its roots right away, even as the rest of the garden slows down. Through winter, it settles in quietly, and by spring, it's ready to leaf out full and fresh, giving the border a more complete and intentional look early in the season. In the border, Lady's Mantle works best near the front to mid-front layer, where its low, relaxed form softens the transition between taller perennials and pathways or edging. It pairs beautifully with plants that have stronger vertical lines or bolder coloration, like salvias, catmint, and hardy geraniums, balancing their presence with something soothing and grounded.
Next on the list is Salvia nemorosa. Salvia brings vertical shape and gentle movement to the border, with upright flower spikes that add rhythm and repetition. The blooms come in shades of violet, purple, and blue, creating a soft contrast that works beautifully with warm greens and pastels. Even when not in full bloom, the tidy mounded base of foliage keeps the plant looking neat and well-placed. Salvia is a strong candidate for November planting because it responds well to cool soil and uses winter to deepen its root system. This head start means it can produce stronger, fuller flower spikes once warmer weather arrives. Instead of spending spring trying to settle in, it's already ready to grow. In a garden border, Salvia fits best in the mid-layer, where its upright form helps link taller anchor plants to lower ground covers. It pairs especially well with Lady's Mantle, Nepeta, and hardy geraniums. The combination creates a soft, layered look with gentle transitions rather than sharp contrasts.
Moving on to the third plant, Geranium, Roseanne, and Byakovo. These hardy geraniums are known for their relaxed, natural shape and long blooming season. Roseanne offers soothing purple-blue flowers that continue well into summer, while Byakovo brings a lighter, softer look with pale blush or white blooms. Both varieties form low, flowing mounds that help the border feel connected and effortless rather than patchy or stiff. Geraniums are excellent for November planting because they are root-focused plants. While their top growth rests through winter, they use the cooler months to anchor themselves quietly beneath the soil. By spring, they're already established and ready to spread out smoothly, giving the border that already settled-in feel right from the start of the season. In the border layout, hardy geraniums fit best in the mid-front layer, where they weave gently between other plants. They soften the lines between stronger structural perennials like salvia and sedum, blending shapes together in a way that feels natural and calming. They're especially helpful in gardens where you want the planting to look mature without waiting years for things to fill in.
Next up is Sedum Autumn Joy. This is a perennial that brings structure and calm to the border. It forms upright, rounded clumps of fleshy leaves that stay tidy through the growing season. As summer progresses, the flower heads start as soft green, then gradually shift into warm pinks, and finally deepen into rich autumn tones. Even in winter, the dried seed heads add quiet texture instead of leaving an empty space. Sedum is excellent for November planting because it prefers to put its energy into root growth during cooler months. Planting now allows the crown to settle in without heat stress, so by spring, it's ready to push out strong, clean new stems.
When planted in fall, sedum tends to develop a fuller shape and is less likely to flop later in the season. In the border, sedum works best in the mid to back layer, where its rounded form helps anchor the planting. It creates a steady visual point, something solid among the softer, looser plants like geranium and nepeta. The color shift through the seasons also helps the border stay interesting beyond just spring and early summer. Coming in at number 5 is nepeta, often known as catmint. Nepeta brings a soft, airy texture to the border with its fine, silvery foliage and long-lasting lavender blue blooms. It has a relaxed, gently spilling habit that makes the garden feel lived in rather than newly planted. When it flowers, it attracts bees and butterflies in a calm, steady way, adding life and movement without being overwhelming. Nepeta is a great choice for November planting because it handles cool soil extremely well. During winter, it quietly focuses on root development, which means by spring, it's ready to leaf out quickly and fill space evenly. That early fullness helps the border look settled and cohesive right from the start of the growing season. In terms of placement, nepeta shines in the front to mid layer of the border. It's especially effective along pathways, edging lines, or in repeating drifts that tie the planting together. It pairs beautifully with stronger vertical accents like salvia and veronica, and it also softens the base of rounder plants like sedum or roses. Its shape and movement help everything blend naturally.
Next on the list is Aster, radon's favorite. This is a late-season perennial that brings color when much of the garden begins to fade. It forms tidy, bushy clumps covered in small, daisy-like purple blooms, often lasting well into fall. The flowers feel light and natural, adding a cheerful brightness without being loud. It's a plant that helps the border end the growing season on a strong, graceful note. Aster is an excellent November planting choice because fall is when it does most of its root expansion. Instead of pushing new flowers at this time of year, it settles quietly beneath the soil, preparing for next year. When planted now, it tends to return fuller, denser, and more floriferous the following season, giving you a bigger, more established look with minimal effort. In the border layout, Aster works best in the mid to back layer, where its rounded shape and abundant flowers help anchor the composition late in the year. It pairs especially well with sedum, as their bloom times and tones overlap beautifully, creating a warm, end-of-season harmony. It also blends well with nepeta and heuchera, helping maintain rhythm even as the border transitions into fall.
Next on the list is Brunnera. Brunnera brings a gentle, refreshing foliage presence to the border with its large, heart-shaped leaves. The silver and soft green patterning reflects light in a calm, understated way. Never flashy, always soothing. In early spring, it sends up small clouds of tiny blue flowers that resemble forget-me-nots, giving the garden a soft, early-season lift while other plants are just waking up. Brunnera is especially well-suited for November planting because it prefers cool soil and settles its roots best when temperatures are mild. While the top growth rests over winter, the crown develops quietly below the surface. By the time spring arrives, Brunnera is already prepared to leaf out full and fresh, helping the border look established early in the season. In terms of placement, Brunnera works beautifully in the mid-front layer, especially in spots that receive morning sun and afternoon shade. It pairs naturally with lady's mantle and hardy geraniums for a soft, layered look, while also balancing the vertical lines of salvia and veronica. It brings a sense of calm structure, grounding the planting without feeling heavy.
Now for number 8, Veronica spicata. Veronica brings a clean vertical line to the border with its slender, upright flower spikes. The blooms come in soft purples, blues, or pinks, adding just enough color to catch the eye without overwhelming the planting. The shape is what makes it valuable. It gives structure and rhythm, helping the border look intentional and slightly lifted. Veronica responds very well to November planting because this is when it prioritizes root development rather than top growth.
Planting now allows the plant to settle in quietly through the cooler months, so that by spring it can push up sturdy, straight stems rather than thin, new root growth. This usually means better bloom quality and a neater habit in the first full season. In a border arrangement, Veronica fits naturally in the mid-layer, where its vertical form helps connect taller plants like aster and sedum with softer, lower plants like nepeta and geranium. It's especially useful when you want to avoid a flat or one-height look. Veronica creates gentle height variation that feels natural, not forced. Next on the list is Iberis sempervirens, often called candytuft. Candytuft forms a low, evergreen mat of narrow, deep green foliage that stays neat all year. In spring, it erupts into a blanket of clean white flowers that brighten the front of the border and make nearby colors feel fresh and clear. Even when it's not in bloom, the foliage keeps the edge of the bed looking finished rather than empty or rough. Candytuft is well suited for November planting because it enjoys cool soil and settles its roots in gently over winter. While many perennials die back completely, Candytuft stays present, which means by early spring it's already in place, ready to start its display ahead of other plants. It gives the border an early season lift, helping the garden look awake sooner. In a border layout, Candytuft works best in the front layer, especially along pathways, edging lines, or at the transition between hardscape and planting. It pairs beautifully with nepeta, lady's mantle, and creeping phlox, adding brightness that makes those softer tones feel intentional and balanced. Its evergreen nature helps provide continuity through all seasons.
And finally, number 10 is creeping phlox. Creeping phlox forms a low spreading carpet that hugs the ground and softens hard edges in the border. In early spring, it covers itself in blankets of pastel color, from soft pinks and whites to blues and lavenders, creating a gentle, welcoming glow at the front of the bed. Even after the blooms fade, the fine evergreen foliage keeps the border looking tidy instead of bare. Creeping phlox is a strong choice for November planting because fall and winter moisture help it root in slowly and securely. When planted in spring, it often struggles with heat or dryness while trying to establish. But when planted now, it has time to settle quietly, so by early spring, it's already ready to spill and flower confidently. In the border layout, creeping phlox belongs in the front layer, especially along walkways, stepping stones, retaining walls, or bed edges. It works beautifully with plants that offer soft, relaxed structure behind it, like lady's mantle, nepeta, and geranium. It helps frame the border, making the entire planting feel intentional and warmly inviting from the very first view. The nice thing about planting now is that the garden does the work while you rest. These plants use the winter months to anchor themselves, so when spring arrives, the border already feels fuller, calmer, and more settled. A good border doesn't come together all at once. It grows into itself season by season. And choosing reliable, steady perennials now means you're building something that becomes more beautiful every year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.